Hello there, friends. I'm Dr. John DeMarco, and I want to start today by painting you a picture that I know will feel familiar to many of you watching. It's 3 in the morning. You're sleeping peacefully, dreaming maybe about your grandchildren's laughter or that garden you've been tending to for decades. Then, suddenly, bam! A lightning bolt of pain shoots through your calf muscle, jolting you awake with a gasp. Your partner stirs beside you, and you're gripping your leg, trying not to cry out, wondering why this keeps happening night after night. You know what breaks my heart? In my 15 years of practice, I've sat across from thousands of patients who whisper to me, "Doctor, I'm scared to go to sleep. I'm terrified of those leg cramps coming back." And here's what I want you to understand. You're not broken. Your body isn't failing you. And most importantly, you're not powerless against these muscle spasms. Over the years, I've received hundreds of questions from wonderful people just like you about natural leg cramp prevention. Today, I'm going to answer the most common ones because I believe knowledge is the first step toward reclaiming those peaceful nights and confident days you deserve. The question I hear most often is this: Dr. DeMarco, why do leg cramps seem to get worse as we age? Well, let me explain this in a way that makes sense. As we journey through our golden years, our bodies change, and that's completely normal. Think of your muscles like a well-loved garden. Over time, the soil might need more nutrients, more attention, more care. Your muscles are similar. They need specific nutrients called electrolytes, potassium, magnesium, and calcium to function smoothly. When these get out of balance, it's like trying to start your car with a weak battery. The engine sputters, and sometimes it just won't turn over. Now, here's something that might surprise you. Many seniors I work with have been told that leg cramps are just part of getting older. That's simply not true. While our bodies do change, painful leg cramps aren't something you have to accept as inevitable. The second most common question I get is, are there really foods that can prevent leg cramps naturally? Absolutely, and this is where it gets exciting. Let me share with you the 3 powerhouse foods that have helped countless patients find relief. First, avocados. These creamy, delicious fruits are packed with potassium and magnesium. Just half an avocado gives you more potassium than a banana. Think of potassium as your muscle's best friend, helping those muscle fibers contract and relax smoothly. Second, sweet potatoes. Oh my goodness, these orange beauties are like nature's multivitamin for your muscles. They're loaded with magnesium, which acts like a natural muscle relaxer. Plus, they provide complex carbohydrates that give you sustained energy without those blood sugar spikes that can actually trigger cramps. And third, pumpkin seeds. These little nuggets are absolutely incredible. They're one of the richest sources of magnesium you can find. Plus, they contain zinc, which helps with nerve repair and muscle function. I tell my patients to think of pumpkin seeds as tiny muscle mechanics working to keep everything running smoothly. But here's where I want to address something important, because I know some of you are thinking, Dr. DeMarco, what if I'm allergic to avocados? Or what if I have kidney disease and need to watch my potassium? This brings me to the third most common question. What alternatives do I have if I can't eat the foods you recommend? Listen, I've been practicing medicine long enough to know that one size doesn't fit all. If you're allergic to avocados, try bananas or cantaloupe for potassium. If sweet potatoes aren't your thing, consider spinach or Swiss chard. They're also rich in magnesium. Can't do pumpkin seeds? Almonds or sunflower seeds are wonderful alternatives. For those of you managing kidney disease, please, and I cannot emphasize this enough, work with your healthcare provider to determine the right potassium levels for you. Your safety comes first, always. Another question I hear frequently is, how much water should I be drinking to prevent cramps?
Now, this is crucial. Dehydration is one of the sneakiest causes of muscle cramps. Your muscles are about 75% water, and when you're even slightly dehydrated, they can't function properly. I recommend aiming for about 8 glasses of water daily, but here's a little trick I share with my patients. Eat your water too. Fruits like watermelon, oranges, and cucumbers are fantastic sources of hydration plus electrolytes. One of my favorite questions came from a lovely woman named Margaret, who asked, "Dr. DeMarco, I've heard about Epsom salt baths for leg cramps. Do they really work?" Margaret, bless her heart, is onto something wonderful. Epsom salt baths are a time-honored remedy that actually has solid science behind it. The magnesium in Epsom salt can be absorbed through your skin, helping to relax those tight muscles. Soak for 15-20 minutes in warm water with a cup of Epsom salts, and many of my patients tell me it's like giving their legs a gentle, healing hug. Now, here's a question that comes up more often than you might think. Are there any simple stretches I can do to prevent nighttime leg cramps? Absolutely. Before bed, try this gentle calf stretch. Sit on the edge of your bed, extend one leg straight out, and gently flex your foot, pulling your toes toward your shin. Hold for 30 seconds, then switch legs. It's like giving your muscles a good night kiss, preparing them for a peaceful sleep. I also want to address something that several viewers have mentioned. Dr. DeMarco, what about those middle of the night cramps? What do I do when they hit? First, don't panic. I know it hurts, but remember, you're in control. Gently massage the cramp muscle, apply heat if you can, and try to stretch it slowly. Some of my patients keep a tennis ball by their bedside to roll under their foot or against their calf. It's like having a personal massage therapist ready at 3 a.m. One question that really tugs at my heart is, when should I worry that my leg cramps are something more serious? If your cramps are severe, happen frequently, don't respond to these natural remedies after a few weeks, or if they're accompanied by swelling, skin changes, or persistent pain, please see your doctor. I always tell my patients, I'd rather you come in with a simple cramp than miss something that needs attention. Here's something beautiful that happens in my practice. Patients often ask, Dr. DeMarco, will these natural remedies really work for someone my age? Let me tell you about Henry, a 73-year-old grandfather who came to see me last year. He'd been suffering from leg cramps for months, barely sleeping, worried about falling in the night. We started with simple dietary changes, adding a half avocado to his breakfast, snacking on pumpkin seeds, and replacing his regular potato with sweet potatoes at dinner. Within 3 weeks, Henry was sleeping through the night again. Last month, he sent me a photo of himself playing soccer with his grandson. Your age isn't a barrier to healing. It's a testament to your body's incredible ability to respond to good nutrition and care. I want to address one more question that I think many of you have but might be hesitant to ask. Dr. DeMarco, I've tried everything. Are supplements the answer? Here's my honest perspective as both a doctor and someone who cares deeply about your well-being. Food should always be your first medicine. The nutrients in whole foods come packaged with other beneficial compounds that work together in ways we're still discovering. However, if you're not able to get enough magnesium, potassium, or calcium from food alone, supplements can be helpful, but please talk to your healthcare provider first. Some of you have also asked about the timing of eating these natural foods. Here's a practical tip. Try to include these muscle-supporting foods throughout your day. Have that avocado at breakfast, enjoy sweet potatoes with lunch, and sprinkle pumpkin seeds on your evening salad. Your muscles will thank you for the steady supply of nutrients. Let me share something that might surprise you. Many of my patients discover that when they start eating these natural, nutrient-dense foods for their leg cramps, They notice other wonderful changes too: better sleep, more energy, improved mood, even better digestion. It's like your body is saying, "Thank you for finally giving me what I need." Now, I want to address something important. Some of you have expressed concern about whether natural remedies can truly make a difference. I understand that skepticism. You've maybe tried things before that didn't work, but here's what I've learned after years of practice. Your body wants to heal. It's designed to thrive. Sometimes it just needs the right tools. These foods we've talked about, avocados, sweet potatoes, pumpkin seeds, they're not magic bullets. They're simply giving your muscles the building blocks they need to function properly. It's like the difference between trying to build a house with the right tools versus trying to build it with broken hammers and bent nails. I also want to acknowledge something that many of you face. Maybe you're caring for a partner, dealing with limited mobility, or worried about the cost of changing your diet. These are real concerns, and I honor them. Start small. Add one of these foods to your routine. Even small changes can make a meaningful difference. For those of you dealing with other health conditions, I want you to know that these natural approaches can often work alongside your other treatments. But please, always keep your healthcare team in the loop. We doctors actually love it when patients are proactive about their health. It makes our job easier and more rewarding. Here's what I want you to remember as we wrap up today. Leg cramps don't have to be your nightly companion. That fear of going to sleep, that worry about the pain, it doesn't have to define your golden years. You have more power than you realize to influence your muscle health naturally. Every time you choose an avocado over processed food, every time you reach for pumpkin seeds instead of empty calories, every time you take that Epsom salt bath or do those gentle stretches, you're not just preventing cramps, you're honoring your body, investing in your independence, and showing your family that you're committed to being the vibrant, active person they love and depend on. Your health isn't just about you. It's about being there for your grandchildren's birthdays, for those garden walks with your spouse, for all the moments that make life rich and meaningful. Every small choice you make toward better muscle health is a gift to yourself and to everyone who loves you. If you've watched this far, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your commitment to your health inspires me every single day. You're not just viewers to me. You're part of a community of people who refuse to let age define their limitations. I love to hear from you. What's the first thing you're excited to do when you're sleeping peacefully through the night again? Maybe it's that morning walk or playing with your grandchildren without worrying about muscle pain. Share your dreams with our community, because when we support each other, we all become stronger. Remember, you're never too old to feel better, and you're never alone in this journey. Your health matters, your comfort matters, and most importantly, you matter. Sweet dreams, my friends, and here's to cramp-free nights ahead.